Angela and I have big plans for 2020. A new stamp in our passports, maybe a bathroom renovation. We definitely didn't expect to be worried about our income.
When life takes you out of one comfort zone, your Regions banker has helpful tools and advice to help you find a new one.
It's a relief to have a plan for whatever comes next.
Make your financial plan at regions.com/bravethebeginning. Regions Bank. Member FDIC.
Broadcasting live from the Subaru of Gwinnett studio inside the Sonesta Gwinnett Place Atlanta Hotel. It's time for Gwinnett Business Radio. Gwinnett Business Radio is presented by Regions Bank. Brave the beginning. Member FDIC.
And hello again, everybody, and welcome to Gwinnett Business Radio. Mike Salmon alongside Stephen Julian. And Stephen, good morning.
Morning, Mike.
Hey, before I tell you our guest today, what was that?
Sorry, my ears are still ringing from the intro, but it's my fault, and it was my headset, and I had it turned up too loud. My apologies.
Hey, I got a funny story I wanted to share with you. I was at a chamber event recently, and somebody came up to me. They saw my Business RadioX name tag.
Yes.
And they go, hey, I listened to you guys, that show you do with Steven, your annoying co-host.
Slightly annoying.
Exactly. I had to correct him. I said, no, it's slightly annoying.
Yes.
And
that's my catchphrase.
Amanda will be proud because she always wants to know where are they listening. So I said, how do you listen to us? And he said, through iTunes.
Nice.
There you go, Amanda.
Shout out iTunes.
Yeah, so.
But we are available on all your favorite podcasting platforms.
We are. Wherever you listen, we'll be there. Our guest today from Moneypenny, Eric Schurke and Bobbi Jo Gonnello. And also from Movement Mortgage, we are joined by Tyler Henry. Tyler, we're going to have him take a little break right now. We're going to start with Eric and Bobbi Jo, if that's okay.
Tyler's going to take a powder. He's going to chill out. He's going to chillax. He's going to relax.
Yes, but he can't leave because as
doors
usual,
are locked.
We lock the doors.
Always.
Eric Schurke is the CEO of North American Operations, and Bobbi Jo is the new sales manager with Moneypenny. And before we go into all of that, Bobbi Jo, Eric, for those that are not familiar with Moneypenny, we had you here a couple of months ago talking about it with Joanna Swash, who is the overall CEO of the company. You guys just opened up your new national or U.S. headquarters right here in Gwinnett County. So tell us how it's been going in the couple months since we last saw you.
It's been going fast. Things are very busy, which is great. We've moved into the office as of March in our brand new U.S. headquarters. We're a global organization, so Atlanta's our home here in the States, and business couldn't be better. We're just booming and looking for tons of people to come on board with us.
What is Moneypenny for those not familiar with the company?
Yeah, okay, so what does Moneypenny do? Moneypenny is one of the world's largest providers of outsourced communications. Crickets, right? I get that look a lot. So that's a technical answer.
Those are two words everybody knows, but they don't know them together.
Exactly. So let me explain a little bit better. That's a very technical answer. Moneypenny, okay, here's an example. Your air conditioner at your home breaks, right? Where do you go? You go to Google. I need to get my air conditioner fixed. So you're going to search HVAC companies near me. 1,000 of them come up. You click on the first one, and on that website, there's a phone number. And there might also be a chat box in the bottom right screen of the website. And you can pick one of the two options. Well, maybe I want to talk on the phone to somebody, or maybe I want to chat. And so what is Moneypenny? Moneypenny are the brilliant people behind that little chat box, or if you pick up the phone and call, you're going to speak to one of our Moneypennys who's going to provide an excellent experience for that HVAC company or that law firm or any small business that we provide services to. So If that makes a little bit more sense,
yes.
What does outsourced communications really mean? We're the people behind the phone numbers and the billboards and the live chats.
Yeah. Thank you so much for dumbing it down,
Yes.
especially for me.
And me.
That tends to help.
Well, today you're joined by Bobbi Jo Gonnello, and Bobbi Jo just came on as sales manager, or actually you've been with the company for a little bit, just promoted to sales manager, so welcome. Tell us a little bit about Bobbi Jo before she tells us about herself.
Oh, wow. Bobbi Jo has been with us for how long now? 6 months, and worked a couple months remotely, but moved up here full-time to Atlanta. And when you really think about the Moneypenny culture and what we look for in people, in leadership and growing a sales team, the one thing that I think about when I think about Bobbi is you could not have a more natural-born leader. She has a background in coaching softball professionally, and when you look at leadership and someone who just thrives and has a passion for investing in people and influencing and making them better, I see that day in and day out from Bobbi, and we couldn't be in a better situation to grow the sales team with her.
So, Bobbi Jo, let me ask you, so as the sales manager, Eric kind of gave the overview of the whole company. Let me just give you the opportunity to sell a little bit.
Yeah.
What would you add to what he said about what Moneypenny does, and especially coming at it from the sales manager side? What did he miss? Let me just ask you that question.
Well, he didn't miss anything.
Good answer.
Yeah, but what I would say is that what we do at Moneypenny is we put great people behind our technology, and we really help make businesses more efficient and profitable. And we've really gotten to a point where when we're having these great conversations with the clients calling us that need our help, it's how can we rethink your front of office? How can we rethink ways to make you really good at what you're special at? And what are the ways that we can help pick up and put the pieces together to make you more business and treat your clients with the same respect and represent your brand just like we're sitting in your office?
And clearly you guys were talking off air about how fast you're growing already here in North America, but let me let you have a moment to talk to the business owner who doesn't think they need you but really does.
Yeah.
What's going on in those businesses that you kind of want to go, hey, here's a red flag, here's a huge flashing sign like I'm at the third base coach telling you need to have us, hit a home run here. What are they missing that you guys want to show them that they need your help?
Yeah, I think the key really is quality conversations, and because of the pandemic and COVID, you're finding people want to talk to humans more. And we hear every day that people are calling in saying, I know that I had a virtual IVR that's going to a system where they're just getting routed independently, or they're leaving a lot of voicemails. And we live in a day and age where people don't leave voicemails like they did 10 and 20 years ago. So we're having these conversations and kind of highlighting these things to our clients, letting them know that people want a connection. We want that human connection again, and we're able to provide that. And that's the one thing that is the Moneypenny brand. We're able to put amazing people behind amazing technology and really supercharge the future for everyone so that we're all successful in the end.
Eric, she took your answer and just expanded on it.
Oh my God, how good was that?
That's a great sales answer that's really a service answer.
She's good. You might want to keep her around.
Oh, you see what I mean?
You should see me swing a bat. Come on now.
Well, I could use you on my baseball team as well. Let's talk about your background, because Eric mentioned, coaching professional softball. You have a very interesting background. So talk about your background and how you got from what you were doing to where you are today.
Yeah. Well, I've kind of only ever lived in two worlds. I was a softball player and an athlete my whole life, and then I spent 12 years with Time Warner Cable in New York City. And through those two experiences in sales and in softball, I kind of started out as a young athlete who struggled to transition out of college sports and find myself. A lot of athletes struggle with that. And I got blessed with an opportunity by responding to an online job ad for a company, and I got the opportunity to go in and be mentored by a professional instructor. And through that, I didn't realize what was happening in the experience, but he was teaching me to go out in the community, listen to the needs of the local rec departments, and kind of come back and put a sales program together and go out to the community and build baseball and softball within that community. And I've been able to leverage those experiences in the sales world. And that led me into Time Warner. And then I owned my own business, and we were out in Charleston, and I had an athlete I trained who, her mother worked at Moneypenny, and they kind of slipped the word in, and I did my research and fell in love with the vision and what the brand stands for, and the incredible growth that was happening, and got the opportunity to have some conversations, and it was what you would call love at first sight, I guess, and I landed myself here in Atlanta.
So you've had playing experience as well as coaching experience and also instruction experience in the sports world. A lot of people would see a lot of easy comparisons to that in sales, but you were in it pretty deep. You actually worked with some national Olympic baseball teams.
Yeah, softball, yes.
Okay, softball teams, and so you were around both softball and baseball. So working with men and women. So what are some of the comparisons to now leading a sales team? And some, I think some people will go, oh, okay, I've got the obvious ones. But I think you've got more than just the obvious ones.
Yeah, I think the key really goes into mindset and having that growth mindset. And I think what makes me who I am and what my skill set is and it's my strength or superpower is that I'm able to teach human beings, whether it's an athlete who's 8 years old or an Olympian, that a thought leads to an emotion and an emotion leads to energy. And if you can manage your thoughts, your emotions, and your energy, you can be really successful in any aspect of life. And that's really the carryover. And for from a sales perspective, on a field, pressure was my key, right? I was that kid that wanted to be up with the bases loaded with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, down by 3. That was me. That's the spot I wanted to be in. So if I can share those experiences and how to handle that pressure with the sales team, we have a young sales representative on our team who's new, wet behind the ears, and teaching him how to manage the emotions of the excitement when you're converting a trial is no different than helping athletes recover when they make an error, or managing the emotions of being in a big stadium with the lights shining down on you. So really, that's the key. I mean, I could give you the answer of, well, I learned how to sell and invest and sell myself, but it's really more about managing pressure and learning to find the calm within the chaos.
It's funny because we've talked to a lot of former professional athletes on our shows that are now in the business world, and they take so much from their past that's made them successful in the business world, and I can see where you've been able to transfer those skills, and it's done you very well over the years. I saw something in your bio that we received talking about a tech timeout. Unpack that a little bit for us, please.
Yeah, well, Tech Time Out is a partner of Moneypenny in the UK, and through my business, Invito Performance, we got the opportunity to partner with them and be the first company to bring them over across the pond, as they say, here to the US. So they provided us with some packets, and we gave 12 athletes along the East Coast the opportunity to participate in what they call a Tech Timeout Challenge. And what that is it's teaching positive, useful ways to use technology for positive mental health. I think we can all sit here and look at each other and say we've had phantom vibrations before, right? Where you go through that, oh my God, my phone's vibrating, but it's not even on you. So really teaching athletes how to separate, and teaching people in general that mental health is really important in our country, and if we can learn to separate that and use technology for where it can be really beneficial, but also understand that it's an addiction just like anything else, and learning how to manage it. And through the Tech Timeout Challenge, what we did was we asked athletes for 10 days in a row to put their phones away for an hour a day and pick activities. And Stephanie and the team at Tech Timeout are geniuses, because what they've done is they've put together these little cards that they send out to people that give you different activities that you can choose from, but also they encourage you to be creative and create your own. And Amanda will laugh back here because I avidly post on social media, on LinkedIn, about our Tech Timeouts and the baking that goes on, and she's probably sitting back there eating some cookies right now.
She is. You've got eyes in the back of your head.
Don't get the cookie crumbs on the soundboard.
But you're bringing some of that to Moneypenny.
Yeah, so great. Thank you for redirecting me. Yeah, we are bringing that over to Moneypenny. Eric and I are working on it as for twofold. One, just positive mental health for tech use. We're on computers all day. And then two, for some team building. It's a really great opportunity to get your colleagues together and, to walk around the office. We have a great location. Go out, get some fresh air, walk on your lunch break, and just step away and kind of reconnect with humans again and hold conversations. And if we looked at statistics, I'm down 33% in my screen time since I've started Tech Time Out in May. And I was someone who lived on social media 12 hours a day. So it was really beneficial.
And in that 33% reduction, you mentioned baking. What are some of the other things that you've rediscovered for yourself?
Rollerblading.
Okay.
Let's see. A lot of just engaging in nature, some quality time with my partner, reading. Really fell back in love with actual book reading, though, like putting down the phone and the Kindle and actually opening up the old paper book and just sitting and getting lost, and maybe a few paper cuts along the way.
72% of statistics are all made up, but there was one that I loved from last year. For the first time in, I think, 15 years, book sales outperformed digital book sales for the first time, and I'm, as a reader, I've heard other readers go, "Now, as great as Kindle is, and I still use it, but man, there's nothing like opening up a book and getting a paper cut." So,
absolutely.
Did you say 72% of statistics are made up?
Are all made up. Yeah,
did you make that up?
That's a statistic I found online.
Okay, good. Eric, Bobbi Jo here. I mean, I wish
he's just sitting back.
I wish you could find somebody that had a little passion for the job. I mean, my gosh, he's just.
I know. I'm just sitting here thinking, like, what do I say after that? It's like Bobbi Jo Gonnello, future TED Talk and motivational speaker, right?
Yeah, like if I can find 100 more people just like her.
It's just amazing.
You're going to go rate all the softball teams.
Absolutely.
That's great. What are the types of people, Eric, that you guys are looking for at Moneypenny? I know, obviously, the clients, you kind of mentioned like the HVAC would be a great client, but you need people in your offices as well.
We do, absolutely. And then, the way we look at it is we can hire skill. We look for will, basically, which is an old saying. A lot of people follow that, but that's the truth. We have super technology that's easy to train on. We have a great training program, but if we can get some people in there who want to work for a great company with a great culture, we're the place for them, absolutely.
Bobbi Jo, 5 years from now, where do you envision yourself being? And don't say in Eric's job, because that might not work well.
No. Listen, we're blessed to have an incredible leadership team, and I'm someone who really likes to stay present and focus on the now. But if I did have to look forward 5 years from now, I hope that we are all successful. Moneypenny Group is thriving, and that maybe one day I get to be a head of sales or something of that nature. But I'm just really grateful to be where I'm at.
Well, listen, Eric, Bobbi Jo, thank you for joining us today. It's great to meet you. I've heard good things about you, and you are everything is advertised and then some. So Eric, congratulations on obviously not only just a great hire 6 months ago, but then elevating her to sales manager. I mean, to have someone like her in the forefront, maybe being the face of your organization for a lot of people, is a good thing. Absolutely, yeah. We're in a good spot. Any final words you want to say about Bobbi Jo before we wrap things up? There she is, future TED Talk and motivational speaker. But but that's just how she is with our team. You have a small inbound sales team right now, growing quickly, and if she can continue to bring that passion to it, which is what she does, we're going to be hugely successful, and couldn't be more happy for her. The passion and the energy comes from your family, I bet.
Yeah.
You mentioned was it your dad? Mom's side is Italian?
Both, yeah. Dad.
Oh, they're both?
Both, yep.
And then your brothers' names?
Are Gino and Tony.
And you grew up
in New Jersey. I mean, come on, throw the stereotypes. Let's go.
Exactly.
Everybody else is saying, hey,
how you doing?
For those that would like to find out more about Moneypenny, they want to use your services, or they say, boy, this is a company I want to be part of. Where can they find more information? That's going to be right at moneypenny.com, just as it sounds. We've got a careers page there where they can apply to come work for Moneypenny, or they can contact sales through either the phone number or the live chat box in the bottom right corner.
Oh, and so you have that service available through your own company? It's amazing.
Who do you use for that service? Oh, wait, Moneypenny, of course. Great to see you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, Mike, one of these days we're going to get guests who are really passionate about what they do. I can't wait for that day to happen.
Yeah.
If you haven't figured it out.
This was a TED Talk, right?
Yeah,
right
exactly.
Here.
Yeah. Gwinnett Business Radio loves to bring on business leaders who love what they do. And love is what makes a Subaru. Mike loves it when I do those segues. Enjoy big savings and a hassle-free experience at Subaru of Gwinnett, where real people sell cars. Visit SubaruofGwinnett.com and join their family today, or come in and see the difference. If you're already a Subaruist, then check out their Facebook page and other social media pages for the latest news, offers, and community events. Our next guest on the show is Tyler Henry. He's a loan officer with Movement Mortgage, and I was looking at Tyler a couple times during the interview with Bobbi Jo, and Tyler, you're probably thinking, I've got to follow that now, huh?
Yes, sir. Moneypenny.com, right?
Absolutely.
You got to bring your A game now for Gwinnett Business Radio, but welcome to the program. Great to have you here. We've met before, as you reminded me. You're a part of Gwinnett Young Professionals, along with Amanda Pearch here with Business RadioX, and I know that's a great organization.
Oh, yeah. We keep it classy, me and Amanda.
Just you and Amanda, or the whole organization?
The whole organization's great. Me and Amanda, the party starts when we generally walk into the event.
I like that.
That is true. Tell us about Movement Mortgage. Tell us about your company.
So Movement Mortgage, we are a mortgage company, but our mission statement is to love and value people by being a movement of change in our community and in our world. So while our platform for doing this is to do mortgages, our ultimate goal is to better our community, to better our world, and we do this by putting the majority of our profits back into the community. Last year, I believe it was just over $220 million that went to build several charter schools around the nation. We actually have one going in Atlanta, in a bit of a rough neighborhood where a lot of these students need a little more coaching, a little more help. And as a former Gwinnett County public school teacher for 7 years, that really ignites my passion, just to know that the money that I'm bringing in for our company is not going to a CEO, it's not going to an investor, it's going back into the community, and that really makes me a lot more passionate about what I do and what our organization does at Movement Mortgage.
So what a great example to kick off with, to talk about giving back. And
I was not expecting that answer.
Yeah, a charter school. So let me just take that and then challenge you even more. Give us some other specific things out of the portfolio, or out of some of those specific actions that Movement Mortgage allows, either through their profits or maybe through allowing you to give of your time and some of those other, just keep going on that string. Don't stop there.
Yeah, so outside of our community, we actually have it's a program called Movement Missions, and we do actually in October, I'm going to El Salvador with a group of our team, and it's actually a vision trip. We're looking at building a school down there, as well as doing some other humanitarian work for some families, for some areas, some impoverished areas of that country, and it's an incredible opportunity. Again, a lot of our profits go to fund those kind of trips, to not just to get us there and to put us up while we're down there, but to really bring in items. Actually, for instance, in El Salvador, a lot of the production is coffee, and so we actually work to help empower those business owners to build thriving businesses, so that their children aren't necessarily getting into the rough drug trafficking, sort of other not so favorable businesses down there, but they're able to grow in a thriving business. So it's not just to go down there, do some stuff, come back. We go down there, we invest in those communities, and try to get them to be self-sufficient in a more legal and ethical way than what they're currently doing things. So.
Are we being I don't know if the term is catfished right now or something? This does not sound like a mortgage company.
Yes, we definitely, our CEO is Casey Crawford. He's a former Carolina Panthers football player. So he started a mortgage company in 2008, which, if you're familiar with the year 2008, probably not the best year.
Brilliant timing, it sounds like.
Yeah, not the best year to start a mortgage company, but he did it with this mission and with this vision to just love and value. And we use the hashtag a lot, more than mortgages, because, like I said, our platform to be able to better our community is by doing purchase and refinance transactions. The ultimate goal is we want to make our community and our world a better place.
What are some of the types of loan packages and products and services that you offer to your clients?
Well, our loans are fully federally insured by Fannie and Freddie, just like any bank, any other mortgage company. We offer USDA, FHA, and then we also have some great connections with some down payment assistance programs. For instance, here in Gwinnett County, we have the Home Stretch program, which if you commit to live in that house in Gwinnett County for 5 years, they'll give you $7,500 free towards your down payment. So for folks that are thinking they want to buy, if it's a little incentive to stay in Gwinnett County by using the Home Stretch program.
I never heard of that.
Talk about some of the refinance, because obviously right now the purchasing of new homes is, at the time we're recording this, is a little crazy, a little hectic, a little wild, some people are kind of stepping away and going, let me take a break. But for those people who might be looking to refinance, what are some of the programs that you guys offer that would help them?
Oh, for sure. So we do full cash outs, construction. Let's say you want to add a bedroom or add on to your existing structure. We can do some construction loans. If you want to, pay off some student loan debt, some car debt, credit card debt that might have 20-25% interest rates, we can pay off those debts for you using the equity that you have in your home, without necessarily getting a HELOC or a home equity line of credit that's going to have a bigger interest rate. We can do a cash out refinance. We can also just cut you a check at closing that you can do whatever you want with it.
I think sometimes when people look at mortgage companies and they're looking to either refinance or they're looking to purchase a home, I think sometimes people just ignore maybe where the money's coming from, or they think, oh, it's all the same. Mm-hmm. Are there some differences that people should educate themselves? Are there some differences in how you guys lend money or how you find money that you want to maybe trumpet from the rooftops a little bit?
Of course. So a lot of mortgage companies use investors. They use Warren Buffett or some sorts of other place to find their money. We keep all our money in house, so we service our own loans. So if you go to any other mortgage company that's not a bank, they're more than likely going to sell your loan to a bank. So you might do your mortgage or refinance with XYZ mortgage company, but then they're going to sell it to ABC Bank, and so you are writing a check every month to ABC Bank, not the mortgage company that you originated the loan with.
And you were talking about Casey Crawford starting this in 2008. Pre-2008, there was a period where to talk about a mortgage servicing itself was very, very rare, because it became more and more about packaged products. It became more and more about reselling the products over and over and over again. And you started with one, and you got your new mortgage, and then within a month you had another letter, and then a year it was another letter, and yada, 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 yada. And so is that a trend that's coming back now? Because the idea is you're not only going to produce the loan, you're going to service the loan. And so it is in your best interest for that client to make the payments. It's in the client's better interest to have a company that's going to stand with them through the whole process, maybe be a little more open to working with them in a tough situation. Is that a trend, or is it still fairly rare, which I think makes it even more important?
Mm-hmm. I do believe it is a trend. I'm hearing more and more companies out there are trying to just shy away from having to sell it to a bank. Yeah. It seems that a lot of people have some, they might have been done dirty by their bank, or they might have, have some folks that say, please don't sell to this bank, or please don't sell my mortgage to this bank. I'm like, we're not selling your mortgage at all. We're going to service your mortgage. You're with Movement. You stay with Movement. So yes, I do think it is a trend in the consumer. I see more and more times where, 3-4 years ago, no one ever mentioned to me, hey, where are you selling my mortgage to? But now I'd say it's probably a third of the time someone asks me, who's really gonna have my mortgage? I know you're originating it, but so yes, consumers are getting more and more educated as far as how this process goes, because they've been the ones that have gotten that letter 3, 4, 5 times. Hey, your mortgage is sold to this company. Oh wait, no, your mortgage is now being sold to this company. And there's some folks even endured a lot of late fees because they were paying the wrong company.
Right.
So because they threw away the letter that said they need to pay this company.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. George Bailey and Mr. Potter. It's a Wonderful Life. That's an exaggeration, and that's a different example. But that's the example of who's snapping everything. You're the Bailey brothers. You got $2 little dollars, Mama Dollar and Papa Dollar. Sorry.
You're listening to Tyler Henry. He's with Movement Mortgage.
And pop culture references from the slightly annoying co-host. Sorry.
Tyler, what kind of advice would you give to that first-time home buyer who's looking to get their mortgage?
So yes, first-time home buyers, the market is tougher than ever right now. I mean, I can't tell you the last time I saw a house, especially here in Gwinnett, that sold for the asking price. Everything has been going above asking price. So you need to be very competitive with the realtor that you're working with or the real estate agent, because you're probably, if you see a house that's listed for $300,000, chances are it's going for maybe upwards of $320,000, $330,000, even possibly $350,000. So you want to be very well qualified so that you can compete with those other, sometimes all cash buyers that or investors that are going to buy that place and rent it. So as a first-time home buyer, you want to make sure that your credit's in a really good situation. At least our minimum score is a 580 for FHA. For conventional, we can go as low as 620. Obviously, there's other factors in there that we have to consider. But trying to get your credit using a service like Credit Karma or working with some credit bureaus, pulling that free credit report that you're entitled to every month, and making sure that there's no shady business going on in your credit report. Another thing is keeping track of your debts. It seems like walking in the studio, I saw an ad to sign up for a credit card, and you get a free vacation trip or something like that. And so I see a lot of folks that do this. They sign up for credit cards, for take out excessive car loans and all that. And so when you're trying to buy a house, all that stuff is taken into consideration. So if you have a $600 car payment, we have to hit you with that on your income, and that kind of limits what you're qualified to. And finally, I just say start saving. I mean, when we look at the offers that are getting accepted by these agents, we can go as low as 3% down on a conventional loan, 3.5% on FHA. But the offers that are really winning right now are those that have 10, 15, 20% down, sometimes even upwards of 30, 40, 50%. The more money you can put down, that shows the seller you have more skin in the game, and you are really, you really want this house.
Great stuff, Tyler. Great advice as well. For those that would like to find out more, that maybe they're looking for that mortgage, where can they find more information about Movement Mortgage?
So you can check out our website, movement.com. Feel free to scroll down and click on the Movement Foundation link to see all the incredible work that we're doing in both the communities and in the world. If you'd like more information about me and to possibly apply for a mortgage, just movement.com/Tyler-Henry. That's Tyler-Henry.
Great stuff. Tyler, thank you for joining us. By the way, Bobbi Jo brought Amanda cookies. Did you bring Amanda anything today?
I'll get you next time, Amanda.
You gave her a hug. You gave her a hug and some love.
Well, it's not a young professionals meeting, so the party wasn't starting yet.
Yeah.
Is that what I heard correctly?
I believe it starts at 5:30 tonight, right, Amanda?
All right. So there you go. He'll bring the party.
He'll bring the party. Great. Thanks again. Before we go, we want to let you know again that this show is brought to you by Regions Bank. member FDIC. And if you're planning for your financial future means finding support to meet tomorrow's challenges today, I shouldn't be reading this. I didn't pre-read it before I was going to read it.
What's that, Mike?
Okay, if you're let's see, planning for your financial future means finding support to meet tomorrow's challenges today. I hope Regions is not listening. Regions' local team of experienced wealth advisors can offer you the resources and insights you're looking for right here in Gwinnett. You'll get the unique products, services, and strategic solutions that fit your needs and help move your finances forward. Ready to be sure every step you take can move you toward your goal? Regions can help. To learn more, visit regions.com/wealth management. Regions Bank.
Member FDIC.
Thank you. There you go. Thank you for that.
Pathetic bell. But it was a good member FDIC.
It was.
At the beginning and at the end. We bookended the FDIC. FDIC bookends.
Thank you, Regions Bank. And thank you, Tyler Henry with Movement Mortgage, and Eric Schurke and Bobbi Jo Gonnello with Moneypenny.
How many more times you want to say that name? By the way, we made it through that entire interview without doing a Bond reference. I'm so proud of myself. Of course, now that I said it at the end, I've ruined it. I apologize. Slightly annoying.
Thank you for listening again. Please be sure to follow us on social media at Gwinnett Radio X. We're on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. We're all over the place. Also, you can enjoy this show, if not on our Business Radio X website, on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube.
And check out my slightly annoying co-host page on MySpace.
We're on MySpace too, sure.
Yeah.
All right, till next time. For Steve and I'm Mike. We'll see you next time here on Gwinnett Business Radio.